So, I decided to make this video mainly for two reasons. Number one, Gymshark copied my Aflete App, which I released in 2017. The whole concept is exactly the same. The features, the design are so similar to something that I made like 2 years ago. So I'm going to go through them and break that down. Number two, I'm going to go through why I ended up changing my Aflete App, because I realized that influencers should be building their own brands, as that is the biggest opportunity in the market, and they shouldn't just be promoting random brands or giving away their content that they work so hard to make just for someone else to sell. So yeah, let's get started and let's go through it. 2 years ago, I released my app called Aflete. It was a place where you can buy fitness guides, programs for some of the best influencers and social media athletes. It was a huge success. We did millions of downloads. People loved it all over the world. And we had some amazing clients such as Grace for UK, Natasha, Hannah Oberg, Lisa, Dylan McKenna, Andre, Diu, Brandon Harding. There was a bunch. If you don't know too much about it, watch this little video. It'll give you a little bit more insight. That brings us to today. So recently Gymshark released their own app. You know, as someone who's like in the tech space and I've made a bunch of apps and I work with a lot of influencers, I thought I'd go and check it out. So when I downloaded it, I was expecting it to be that you can, you know, shop the clothing, maybe there'll be some like blogs and you'll be able to buy tickets from events, but I was surprised to see that it's actually an app where you can buy fitness guides and programs from influencers and like social media athletes. My initial thought was like, hang on, this is not the business as what they do. So I thought I'll take a deeper look and let me check it out, let me see what it's about. I was quite surprised and actually about how similar it is to my original 2017 Aflete App. And I'm gonna go through that with you right now and break it down. Let me take you back to 2013 when I originally started working on this concept. At that time in the fitness industry, there were mainly like textbooks or there were like apps that have like ready-made content, meaning like this is a machine made where like here's a formula and this should work for you. There wasn't so much emphasis on like user-generated content, like what people are really doing. And I was fascinated by like you see someone in good shape and you're like, I wonder what they're eating or what their fitness regime looks like. And at that time, I was like bodybuilding.com was big, you know, I used to use it a lot, people used to share things, but I was fascinated that now that tech is out, smartphones, cameras, like what can we do? So I actually started building an app called Nomnom, which I built. It was the first fitness social network. At that time, it grew amazingly, you know, we were on like 60,000 active users. And this was a time where Instagram was not used that much for fitness. But then what happened was Instagram started to get used for fitness, and I eventually like lost my users to that. I even had people as in like Temi Hembrow, Digitally Ella, like using my app before they were using Instagram. But yeah, so like that happened, and while I was building Nomnom, I started this concept, and in those days I used to call it Nomnom plans, which was like a person could sell something to another person, like, hey, this is my fitness regime, and someone else could buy it. It was like a peer-to-peer marketplace. But when the app like didn't work, I realized that the bigger opportunity is the thing of people selling stuff. I saw that as these people get bigger, at that time they weren't even called influencers, that these people that have followers, as they get bigger, you know, there's gonna be a real market for this. And eventually that's how I went from there to turning it into Aflete and then launching Aflete. And then as mentioned in the beginning, you know, we worked with some amazing clients to then scale that and sell millions of programs and make it into a huge success. So when I checked the Gymshark app, I was just surprised that it's the same as the concept that I just went through, and they've just done it again with just their athletes. Like there isn't any difference, it's the same concept, and you can just buy guides from fitness influencers. And in 2019, it's just a shame because like there's so much more you can do. You know, there's augmented reality, there's just so much tech available that wasn't available then, and how easy it is to develop that you would think a company of like that size with their resources and success, that you'll be able to do something like way, way bigger. Let's get into the design of the app itself. So if you were to go and open the Gymshark app, one of the first things you'll see is that they have a video in the background and log in and sign up. If I compare this to my screen in 2017 on my Aflete app, it's pretty much identical. There's a video playing and you can log in and sign up with the text overlaying. So yeah, very similar. And it's kind of surprising just because in those days it was a fairly new thing to do, to like have a video in the background. And now like there's just so much more you can do. You know, you can build a whole experience of like asking questions or whatever. Like there's just so much that could have been there. Moving on from there, if you get into the app, if you go to like the main page of the app, which is the store where you can buy fitness programs from influencers. If you check the store out, and let me put that side by side next to the store of like the Aflete app, and as you can see, you know, when I designed it, I did like a banner at the top. I had like my what I call sellers, which they are now calling athletes. Next, and then I had the programs below. So as you can see in these screens, it's identical to how this was. Further, now let's jump into an actual seller. So if you were to click on Steve Cook, you'll see that he's got a nice banner. We've got his programs, and below that's some information. Once again, if you were to check the Aflete app, click on a seller, in this case is Andre Dieu. I had a banner, programs, and then some information. It's just the point of like, there's just so many avenues you could have gone, but instead you've looked at what was working 2 years ago and realized that, oh, you know, we want to do this too, and you literally just did it like by looking at it. Which brings me back to the whole point of this video, that what worked for influencers in 2017 is not going to work in 2019, as for now, influencers should be focused on building their own brands. That is the easiest and the biggest opportunity out there. So, you know, I can keep going through the designs and see how similar they are, or what's done different, or they have different colors, or wherever it is. But I think let's move on and have a look at the features. Then I went and actually clicked on like a fitness guide to see what it's like. This is where I was like genuinely surprised, because, you know, it's one thing like having a concept which you know I came up with, and you know, as is now old, people are going to copy it because, you know, it works, it's successful. I get that, you know, but at the same time, to then execute this concept, you need to build like the right features so then the users have the perfect user experience. So that's why I was surprised, because when I saw that even the features are the same, it's like not only it's the concept that I was doing, but it's even been done in the exact same way. Back in like 2016, when I first started the journey of like building the app, the Aflete app, my features, the way the workouts are going to be, I really wanted to solve like a problem, which was that, you know, like when you go to the gym, you'd be like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it, and you want to know that information. And at that time in the fitness industry, people were like selling PDFs. You're not going to be in the gym and let me scroll to page 32 to find my workout, or like people give you these like online coaches give you these spreadsheets. You have to fill information to see your workout. Have you ever tried on your phone, like trying to look at, you know, column C, row Y to be like, 12 sets, perfect, let me do it now. Like, you know, so that's what I wanted to solve, because I was like, surely with smartphones and everything that we can do something better. And me and my team, and at the time there was just the three of us working from my flat, and this is what we started working on. We wanted to improve this. And you know, I think it was by December 2016 when we came up with like the first user experience. I'll put it on the screen now, which was like the full flow of like, you know, when you see a workout, you're doing the workouts, watching the videos, notes, how it should be laid out. So if you would jump into the Gymshark app now, and if you have a look, you know, the core features of my Aflete app are in their app, which were, there's a timer on the workout so you can see how long you've been training. All the exercises are nicely listed out so you can see one after the other, like, you know, what you need to do in the gym. You can complete each exercise so you know, okay, I've done 2, I've got 3 left. You can make notes on each exercise if you want to record, like, you know, I struggled with this exercise, or, you know, my mate spotted me with this exercise. Whatever you want to write, you know, you could put that in. You can watch videos of the actual influencer to see like the technique that they use, so you can make sure you're doing it the right way. You know, and then most importantly, even the weight tracking, which like was quite a big feature and something very new in fitness apps, that you can track like how much weight you've lifted to then see your progress. So, you know, you put in like, I'm doing bench, I'm doing 30 kg, 40 kg, 50 kg. You can then see the progression over weeks. You know, the app tells you to record your personal bests. And, you know, all of that I'm describing, what was in the Aflete app and what we developed back in like end of 2016. Then it was in the app, and like millions of people have used it, and then it's the same stuff like built in now. With that being said, their app has other features, which is like custom workouts, which looks great. The interface looks good, the content looks good. As you expect, it's all high end. The app seems very bug free. So they've done a great job in that way. And, I'm sure the app's going to be hugely successful for them with how big their brand is, with the downloads, the revenue. And not only that, I think it was a great move for them to move into mobile apps, as that's like, what's the next thing to do, especially to get into the tech space. It's a very bold move. It's a good thing to do, as besides like Under Armour and Nike, there's not many like fitness companies that are actually going that way or spending that money in to grow in such a way. So yeah, I think it's good. I just thought it was kind of funny how like I jumped into it and basically like there's so many things similar, but it's all good. That brings us to today and where we are with the Aflete app. So I realized something over the 2 years that we launched that and made it into a huge success, is that fitness influencers, they have like, the main thing about them is like their content, because people follow them to know like what their workouts are, what the diet is, what they get up to, and that content that they create, they put it out, they post snippets of it out all the time on social media. But if they were to put that together in like a program, then that's worth something. And for a fitness influencer, that's probably the main thing that they can sell to earn money. And as the industry blew up in the last 2 years, and the same people that have like 20,000 followers and now have 1 million, there was a bigger opportunity, because how much they're selling on a third-party like app, they could sell so much more if it was like their own. And this started happening in the industry with like Kayla Itsness. She launched her own app, which is going to do like millions in revenue. So we made a change. We took out the store of the Aflete app and made it into a customer-only app. So if you were to go and download like the app today, you wouldn't be able to gain access unless you've purchased something from like one of our partner influencers. And and why that's better for the influencer, why that's worked is, you gotta think of it like this. So imagine if you have the content, you're the fitness influencer, a company comes to you and says, I'll give you £20,000 a month and give you 10% of the revenue. It might seem like an amazing deal, but if you think about it, how much money is that influencer gonna generate for that company, right? And that's why they're coming to you. So that's the reason we switched, and we switched the whole company to Genflow. And then at Genflow, we build brands for influencers. Now, if you are a fitness influencer, you should have your own app, your own website. You should have your own fitness accessories. You should have your own events. You should do whatever you want to do. It's your business. Hire your own staff. Completely own and run yourself as a business. And that's what we started doing at Genflow. The company's like growing amazingly. We have some clients that could ever dreamt of working, like Auntie Joshua. We got Jordan Woods, Grace Beverly. Here in the US, we've then also we moved away from fitness. We work in cosmetics, clothing, just a bunch of different industries. If you want to know more about what we do now, and just click the link below. It's just Gymcrocodile.com. You can see what we do. That being said, though, I do have an announcement to make. There's something I've been working on for a while, and it's coming out very, very soon. It's my new brand, and it's called Gymcrocodile. It's a brand new fitness brand. It's never been seen before. It's made for young millennials who want to get into fitness. We've got the seamless leggings. We've got the C-Fix collection.